lined up the top stars from Hollywood and from all over the world to entertain you on a giant screen with the few colorful motion pictures you've been hearing about and reading
It's
about.
showtime, folks. Enjoy the show.
We're delighted to have you with us.
They're driving theater.
You'll find something to please you to add to your evening's enjoyment.
Is pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
Good evening, everybody. It is another Monday. It is 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. We are live with the Drive-In Speaker Box. It is December 1st, 2025. Welcome back to the studio. I'm your host, Bo, the boom operator.
I am Slick Doggy the Grit.
And we're back. We're back. We're going to be talking to you about movies as we always do. It wasn't a super exciting week in the world of cinema, but we're here to talk to you about some stuff. If you're new or joining us for the first time, welcome. Don't forget to like and subscribe wherever it is you like and follow things. We got Facebook, we got Twitch, which we really like. You can participate live in the chat. We got YouTube Live, or if you just want to download this audio as a podcast and take it on the go, you can do that too. Just search for the Drive-In Speaker Box podcast. You can find all that stuff on our link tree, driveinspeakerbox.com. So the way that we do things, we're going to talk about news first. I see that did you grab a bag of Arby's?
I sure did. Yeah.
Man, I just saw that over there. I saw your beer over there, but then I saw the Arby's. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I got the 4 for $10 to share with my boy.
Heck yeah, dude. But that's not movie news. But speaking of snacks and food, there was a bit of movie-related snack news that I wanted to share with everybody. One piece of tragic snack news is I think I did get confirmation that the AMC Cinema Sweets chocolate-covered peanuts have been discontinued. Those were my absolute favorite chocolate-covered peanuts. They were so good.
The one that are like the AMC branded candies?
Yes, because Brock's double-dipped chocolate peanuts are really, really great, right? They're chocolate-covered, they double-dip them, but the chocolate-to-peanut ratio is out of balance. It's too much chocolate.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've gotten some of the AMC branded candy.
And
it's not bad.
It's not good.
But right now they got sour gummy rings.
I know. That's what they
look
replaced.
really good.
That's what they replaced them with.
Oh.
And the thing that I liked about the AMC ones is they used good chocolate, because everybody's like, why don't you get some Goobers, Goober? And Goobers use bad chocolate.
Yeah,
and
you can't replace chocolate with a gummy.
No, man, you can't do it. And so I'm really, maybe they're just like, oh, but nuts for all these weak fucking children that are going to die if a peanut's existing nearby them. And I'm like, yeah, let them, dude. That's called natural selection. But anyway, that's sad news. But in interesting AMC snack news, have you heard about the 2026 popcorn pass?
No.
It's new. It just launched it today, and of course, I bought it immediately.
Well,
okay, here it is. You buy the popcorn pass.
Okay.
It's from December 1st, 2025 to December 1st, 2026. So a full year. And every single day, you can go and get a half price popcorn. Whatever size. You can get large half price popcorn for $30.
Okay. So the cost of
one
popcorn.
pass, yeah, basically, and you get half price popcorn
Okay.
every day for the whole year. And for guys like us to go to the movie all the time, that's gonna pay for itself in like 3 showings.
If you're a popcorn eater.
I am a popcorn eater.
I'm not. The only time I eat popcorn is, well, wherever the DeLorean went. Whenever I get one of these
And you eat the popcorn.
collectibles. Oh, that looks so cool on camera.
I know, doesn't it?
That
Cool?
looks awesome. So the only time I ever eat popcorn is when I get something like that, like the Toxic Avenger tub or the DeLorean.
And it comes with the popcorn.
And it comes with the popcorn.
So the popcorn pass, while being $29.99, does not include a free popcorn when you purchase it. You do get half-price popcorn for the rest of the year. I will report back because I'm curious. It says large popcorn. Sometimes I don't want a whole large popcorn.
Well, that means refills.
And you'll still get free refills.
See, so last night, watching a movie, I used the free refill only because they had given me the old, cold not good popcorn.
Oh yeah, no, you want
And
you want to get
so,
the fresh.
I was there for the trailers early enough, and I ate through it during the trailers, and then I walked back out to put some more butter on the middle part of it.
Oh yeah,
because it didn't quite get down there when I was mixing it up.
you got to get butter on the bottom.
Yeah, you got to ask for them to put butter in while they're
Yeah,
scooping
while they're
it
tossing
in.
it. Yeah,
But so I went back to get
you need
some
that
more.
wok hay
And
for
by-
your popcorn.
By butter, I also mean the butter flavored coconut oil or
Yeah.
palm oil,
Ooh.
whatever it is. But I went back up there and they were making some stuff. I was like, "Can I get some of that fresh stuff on top?" And they're like, "Yeah, dude."
Of course.
That was
Yeah.
the one time.
Well, and you know, as somebody on Twitch, Vince just said on Twitch, he said, "Yeah, I never get food at the movies. Maybe a drink. Sorry, theater owners. You know, like drink should be a given. Get a drink." And some theaters have better food than others. Like
I generally get only a drink as well.
I
Sometimes candy.
I always get something. I want something. Like our local Malco here, if you guys live in an area that has a Malco, they're regional kind of in the southeast, based out of Memphis, Tennessee, I believe. But we have a Malco, and they make a fine cheeseburger. It is a delicious burger, good fries. It's like $12. You know, it's honestly cheaper than going to McDonald's, which is weird. But
it's crazy that movie theater food can be that close to fast food.
and it's when everybody thinks that movie theater food is so freaking expensive, you kind of just look at the menu. It's the high margin items that they're making their money on. The popcorn, the candy, the Coke, that's going to be overpriced. But they're like pizzas and nacho plates and stuff are generally pretty reasonably priced. And I will say, if we're going and talking about movie snacks again, I do love good nachos, but if you're going to be the person that orders nachos at the movies, prep your shit before you get into that theater. Like, take them out of the bag, open your little sauce packets, get it all ready. Don't be like, while you're sitting in the theater, just don't be that guy. Don't be that guy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but anyway, I got the popcorn pass. I bought it today, and obviously have not had a chance to use it.
When does it kick in?
I mean, it's now.
Immediately?
It's December 1st. So
Oh, okay.
a friend of mine, he was like, "Have you heard about this?" I was like, "No." And you buy it right there in your AMC app. It's hang on, I'll show you for those of you that are you go to the food and drinks, you know, and then there's a popcorn pass button. And it's like, yeah, AMC popcorn pass. And 50% off popcorn for the whole freaking year, dude. I'm A-list. I'm a movie passer. I'm a popcorn passer.
Well, does that $30 that $30 goes towards your A-list points, right?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, tell you what. So, Vince, since you said that you only get a drink like me and not food, which sometimes I will get candy, if you have A-list, man, you just build points all the time. Every time you do buy a drink, you get points. Every month that you pay for your A-list, you get points. And eventually, you get $5 worth of free points. And then you can buy candy.
And it pays
then
for your
it's free.
A-list.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
And you get a discount when you get your drinks. There's no
You just
upcharge
gotta work
for
the
having
system,
the tickets.
baby.
As expensive as it can be to go to the movies, having A-list, I pay us AMC.
Yeah.
Pay us.
And Movie Pass.
But,
you know Movie Pass still exists. And
That's your guy right
I will never, ever, ever share my Movie Pass hack. There is one, and I'm never going to share it because I don't want the internet to know, because it's worked for years now, and it freaking rules. I've told you, haven't I?
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
should have wrote it down. Vince, so I get a drink almost every time. If I'm like the other day when I went to Sisu, it was a 90-minute movie. I didn't feel like having a drink. It was the middle of the day. But normally when it's late on a Sunday and I'm like, man, I sure would like to have something to drink to go through this movie. It feels good to have a Mr. Pibb there with me,
Dude.
through a movie.
Do you drink Mr. Pibb at theater too?
Dude, Mr. Pibb's the only one at the theater that comes out that don't make you sick.
Dude, Mr. Pibb.
Everything else from a fountain is
Mr.
awful.
Pibb at the theater hits different. I also, if I'm not feeling Mr. Pibb, I go Mellow Yellow.
That's smart. That's a smart move.
Yeah. It's like Mountain Dew that's not as skanky, or somehow more skanky. I don't know. But I do like some Mellow Yellow. But Mr. Pibb is the way. That is the way.
Pibb is the best movie theater drink, and it comes out of the Coke Freestyle the best.
It does.
Everything else comes out the Coke Freestyle awful.
Nope.
Awful.
It's
Also,
carbonation's off, but Pibb.
secret to the Coke Freestyle, pick what you want, run it through for a second or two before you put your cup
'Cause
under.
you don't get the juice from
yeah,
the last
you're
one.
going to get the dregs and the flavor's going to be off otherwise. You run it for a second or two.
Got to calibrate that thing.
Yeah. Yep.
But Vince over in Twitch says Mr. Pibb didn't even get a degree. That's right. We don't need that doctor stuff. It's a working man's drink. It's just regular on Mister.
Vince, man, hey, it's 10 after. Why are we talking about snacks? This is the movie
It's
news,
movie
man.
news. It's the popcorn news. So the AMC Movie Pass is available now. You can get it, and it's good for the whole year. So I mean, to maximize your savings, you might as well jump on that thing now. Not paid for by AMC. This is not a sponsored thing. But if you want to sponsor us, please give us money. I got to pay for all this shit somehow.
That would be super rad. We promote.
We do. We do, because we're passionate about the things that we believe in.
That's true.
And
We
yeah.
love movies.
Anyway.
Man, I'll tell you, dude, just real quick, this is some local movie news. I was, when I was going up to buy my DeLorean last night, this,
You mean this thing? The
Oh, yeah.
DeLorean popcorn bucket?
dude, that thing lights up. The wheels fold under it so it can be flying mode, because if you would have saw, it has the Mr. Fusion on the back.
Butter, where we're going, we don't need
The
butter.
doors open and it has little snack trays that pull out. It's really cool. Yeah. But this butt sniffer man came in, cut right in front of me while I was standing in the A-list line. He goes, "I want to talk to a manager."
Oh, God.
And then he just complained about how cold it was. And this girl gets on the thing. She goes, "Hey, there's 2 guys up here." I'm like, "Oh, not me. Don't bring me into his crap."
Yeah, I'm
And he
just
was
here
like-
for the popcorn.
He's like,
bucket.
"It's just so cold in there. It's so cold." I'm like, "Yeah, it's 30 degrees outside. That's why I brought 2 jackets."
Bring a jacket.
The movie
ding
theater's
dong.
always cold, and it's 30 degrees outside. It's gonna be chilly. And he was just like, "I just can't even stand it." And I was like, "Dude, I'm here every weekend.
Be like,
I bring 2 jackets."
buy one of the movie blankets. They're right there.
Yeah, I have this jacket and a hoodie and something underneath because I got it. I've been in my location in December before.
Well, ever since
Like,
movie theaters started
grow up,
doing
dude.
reclining seats, like I feel like because you get cozier when your feet are up, and like bringing blankets and things like this has become more of a normal thing, you know. And you're just like, yeah, let me get this little snuggle duggle, because I have a long like walking jacket, like one of those big cold like New York City guy jackets, and I take that thing off and turn it around, and it's like the Snuggie, you know, like a blanket with the arms, and I'm just like, yeah, this is perfect, and I'm very happy and cozy. And just, bring a freaking blanket.
I brought a blanket one time. Felt good. Actually, it felt good.
I need to see the manager.
Yeah, dude, that guy sucked.
Yeah, don't be that guy in the movie theater. The only time I'm ever that guy is I go, "Hey, can I see a manager?" And I'm like, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but your left channel on your stereo
Dude.
is it's probably not calibrated. You're getting like a little bit of phase out on the channel 2 and channel 3, and they're like, "What are you talking about?" And I go, "Also, there's a little bit of a green like ghosting on your projector, so maybe let the technician know." And they're like, "Yeah, get out of here, dude."
That's me too. I'm like, I report projecting issues, problem with the masking. I'm like, "Hey, just in case you know the theater," and they're like, "Yeah, it's been down forever." I'm like, "It'd be sick if you fix it instead of having to look at it through the whole movie."
Be a lot cooler if you did.
But I tell them about masking issues, projection issues, sound problems, and then most recently I came out during when an Indian movie came back from intermission. When I was watching Bahubali, the epic, when I watched the whole
The huge one.
they went to intermission, the house lights came up normal, but then when it came back from intermission, all the lights stayed on.
Yeah.
So I went back. I was like, "Hey, it just came back from intermission. The lights are still on."
And I think it's reasonable to,
But even
you
then, I
know,
wasn't like, "Give me a manager." I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey."
and I'm always really chill about
Tell
it. I'm
whoever
like,
needs to
"Hey,
know."
just so you guys know, like, you know, and
There was
like, "Do we need to and I go, "You don't need to refund me shit. Like, just like make sure."
There was whatever that Nick Cage movie was where he was like a retired assassin and his daughter was getting married or whatever it was. I went to the theater to watch that movie and it had no back channel sound.
Oh no.
It was just crazy.
And sometimes you can't hear the dialogue.
You couldn't
that
hear
way.
anything.
Yeah.
It was awful. And so that one I told them like 3 or 4 times and they just never fix it. And they're like, yeah, that theater's broke. So here's your money.
So a comment just hit on Twitch, and Star Punch Telemaster on Twitch says, "My friend had to watch an entire film with the house lights on once." So here's the thing: those are generally on a manual switch, and if you know where that switch is, it's
Behind
always
the curtain by the door.
Yep, but right by the front door, like where a switch would be, and it's just behind the curtain. You go
So
blink.
yeah, all the walls.
I've flipped them off all the time.
All the walls on a movie theater are curtains. You can move them to the side. The light switch for the main house lights is right by that. The one that I had to tell them about was the one that the projector controls. Because
Yeah.
there's a signal, like on old film.
It's the side lights.
On film, there was a cue on the film that would trigger the lights on and off. So like it was built into the movie reel where it would lower the lights and stuff like that. So that was something that you'd have to.
It's kind of like a cigarette burn, but different.
Yeah, maybe it was retirement plan. You know what? Getting away from this for just a second, Vince brought up something that was kind of interesting, tangential movie news. I think it was Vince that said it, but it was that Netflix won't let you cast. Was it Star Punch or Vince?
No, I think it was Vince over on Twitch just said that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Netflix, Netflix and a lot of these streaming services are trying to like batten down the hatches. They're, like a lot of corporate monsters. And I don't know if we talked about this on a previous episode not too long ago. It's about the rise of piracy and why it happened and why it's on the rise again. And it's because of ease of use of the service. And these streaming services are like, oh my gosh, we got to figure out ways to get more money. We got to get more money. We got to get more money. The way to do it is just make your product easier to use. And then more people are going to use that instead of the alternative, which is going out and downloading it. If it's easier to go out and download it than it is to like not stream or not cast or, oh, I'm not on my right IP address, so my household is not whatever. Like there are ways to make the service easy. And then you get everybody on it. And then you eliminate piracy.
Taking away casting is super stupid. So real life example right now is that yesterday I was dog sitting for some family members, and when I got there, they're like, hey, something's wrong with the cable. There's only one channel that works. We've already called them. They said there's nothing they can do about it. They're going to fix it like later. And then I was like, okay, whatever, I can deal with that. I got the dogs to entertain me. I got my phone and tablet and all that. Well,
look at a little screen.
Internet was out too.
Oh.
And so I was like, hey, the internet's out also. Turns out there was an outage in the area that made it where the internet didn't work. But the whole thing was, if I wanted to, I could cast something from my phone
to your TV.
To the TV. And if I wanted to watch something on Netflix, that would have been the perfect opportunity to use that feature, because it's like, internet's down. What am I going to do? Cellular's not down.
Or the films that you have downloaded on your phone, like if you're traveling and go to a hotel or something like
if
that.
You said, oh, well, I knew I was going to be away from internet, download feature, and now I can cast this to a larger screen, and you take that away, I don't want to watch something on a screen this big.
Ew.
I don't want to do that, which is why if I'm going to watch it on a portable screen, I have my tablet that I watch things on.
It's a little bit bigger.
It's a little bit bigger. It has a little bit better audio quality. That's something that's the way I would prefer to do it if I have to do it that way. But so, yeah, removing the casting feature, that's not intelligent. Cool. Why am I paying $23 a month or whatever it is? Dude, I checked my Netflix too, actually, yesterday.
It used to be like $6.99.
Yeah, it's like, why is my Netflix so much? What am I paying for? And then I checked.
You're paying for Stranger Things season 5 is what you're paying for.
I checked my account, and there's 3 versions of Netflix now. There's $8 with ads on a single device at $7.20. There's at 1080 with no ads, but only a single device.
I think that's what I'm on.
And then there's 2 devices at a time with 4K.
I don't care about 4K.
I do. That's crazy. That's crazy,
bro.
Well,
4K can 4K off.
Yeah, that's wild that you don't care about that.
I don't, because, like, man, the movies that I want to watch, I don't need to see them in 4K.
Even if it's not 4K, I want it better than 1080.
Like, I mean, by the time it gets all piped out, it's probably going to be, gets through AT&T or
true.
Cox, it's probably going to be 1080 anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I do not get full 4K.
Yeah, nobody does.
Because the blacks are not black and the whites are not white. So, I mean, you're right, because you can see that, like, the streaming quality black. Yeah, so you're right about that, but it's better than 1080.
Yeah. Well, so speaking of Netflix, and a comment just popped up on Twitch said, I heard Stranger Things is dropping Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's, so people keep subbing as long as possible.
Are they
that was a comment.
Stretching that season out?
So that's what I was going to talk about is this week on Thanksgiving Day, Stranger Things Season 5, Part 1, which is only 5 episodes. I think it's going to be like 5. I don't know if they're going to do 15 episodes or 9 episodes or whatever. I think the previous seasons were all 9 episodes. But they're running out of time because these children are...
not children.
Are getting geriatric at this point. But I tried to watch the first episode. You know, it's like season 5. Here we go. It's like the Netflix, the streaming event of our lifetime. It's been 30 years since the first episode of this game-changing fantasy sci-fi epic Stranger Things. And I'm like, all right, well, cool. Sign me up, man. I've only been seeing the commercials for this for, I don't know, the past 3 years. Watching Millie Bobby Brown, like, you know, grow up, and watching all those other kids, like, what's his name? Wolfenbargen Gobberhopper.
Finn Wolfhard. Finn Wolf something.
Hardly Wolfley Harden. I don't know. He's like a director now. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to watch these.
True, he is. He's done like 2 movies.
And they're both pretty good. And I'm like, I'm going to watch them ride bicycles.
I wanted to watch his friggin' camp horror.
It's good.
Yeah.
I watched it in theaters.
Fun.
It was fun. It wasn't amazing, but it was fun. And you know, I'm like, okay, I'm going to watch these grown-ups get on BMX bicycles and fight a D&D monster.
It was advertised as campy, but wasn't as campy as advertised, right? It was more horror than funny.
No, it was
but
pretty
it was
campy.
Advertised as funny.
It was pretty campy. And so I watched the first episode. I'm like, here we go. And I made food. I was like, all right, I'm gonna make a little quesadilla and some dip and a little chippies. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, here we go.
Quesadilla.
I did quesadilla. I had the light.
Some chips.
I had the lights, you know, because I have Philips Hue in my room. So it was like everything was purple, like the upside down. I'm like, let's get into it, dude. And then I turned it off after 31 minutes of the first episode, because it's like 45-minute episodes. And I couldn't. I'm just like, what am I watching? Why am I watching it? I was just really struggling to give a shit about the continuation of this journey, because now we're how many ever years in, and it's like, oh, a mall is fun to see again. Like we've seen it. I don't care. Like, I don't want Millie Bobby Brown in some like ill-fitting sweatpants doing like a Rambo thing and squashing pumpkins. It's like, yeah, we know she has magic, like psionic power crap, and she's in a feud with that guy that's her co-star, and I don't care about that either. And now I'm just like, can't stop thinking about it. I'm like, I don't care about it anymore.
I don't know anything about it.
How does anybody know or care about Stranger Things?
Now, Mark Landry over here on YouTube said that Stranger Things should have been a 1-season thing. I've never watched more than the first part of the first episode of Stranger Things and a few other clips, like when they had that like dude just jamming Metallica.
That was the last season. That was season 4.
Demons would fight him or whatever.
Yeah,
that was all over the
internet. He was
internet.
a cool character, but it wasn't a good season.
I couldn't avoid that part of it. It wasn't
a good season.
But I think that
the first 2 seasons were good.
If it would have been a 1-season thing, imagine like how huge it would be and what a cultural impact it would have, because people would then have
revisit it,
nostalgia, and they would revisit it. And like, man, remember how sick that was, and how it made the entire world.
And
play
instead,
Dungeons
they're
and
like,
Dragons.
why don't we take this small town sheriff to prison in Russia?
I heard
and
about
have him,
that.
and then have him smuggle Soviet arms into Russia to open a portal to kill like monster demons, and somehow David Harbour
plays a Russian in the MCU. What if?
What if? Yeah. And I'm like, why are we here? Because like the second season was fun because it took a lot of tropes from like, you know, I mean, the mall. It was the mall season. You know, they're getting a job. Some of the teenagers work in the mall. They get
80s.
trapped in the mall. It's very 80s. You're just like, heck yeah! It's kind of like what is it? Chopping Mall. If you've ever seen that movie,
nice,
so good. And it kind of captures all that stuff. But then after that, they're like, where do we go from here? Russia. And you're like, what? No, I mean, Wolverine. Yeah, basically, they're like, let's capture all of that Soviet era sort of Cold War fear and like adapt Rambo and Red Dawn and all these other stupid movies.
Now, so something else that Mark just brought up is that he said that he saw it was originally supposed to be an anthology show. And they would switch actors and stories every season. That could be. It could have like an American Horror Story type.
I mean, that would have been cool, but that would have been. But cool. You know, a lot of anthology series have a really, really, really hard time taking off. I think American Horror Story was one of the few that really broke the code. But you know, I mean, we've talked about this before. John Carpenter's Halloween was supposed to be an anthology series, and then you have some of the like the Jim Henson Studios. Cannot remember the name of that show, but it tried to take off, and they tried to redo it. Creepshow tried to come back and do another season, which was actually did the 3 seasons on Shudder that were pretty good, but it never took off, and they canceled it.
Halloween tried the anthology thing, and you're the only one that liked it.
Except for now, when enough people like have gotten distanced from it and are revisiting this movie, going, "Hell yeah!"
I think it's one of those things where if it wasn't called Halloween, it would have been fine.
Yeah, it is.
If it would have been the second one and triggered that
just
anthology,
call it Season of the Witch.
it probably would have been okay. But since there was more than one Michael Myers thing established before that, because I remember the first time I watched that, I was like, where the is
Where's the
Michael?
beef?
Yeah, I was like, where's Mike Myers? This is not Halloween. And I watched the entire movie, and I was like, he never even shows up.
Yeah, and you're just like, what?
Yeah.
Silver Shamrock. And as our YouTube viewer right now, Mark Lander, just said, Welcome to Derry's killing it. 1,000 times better than Stranger Things. That's also what I've heard. So that's on my watch list. But, I mean, Stranger Things is such a cultural phenomenon that I was like, I have to try and start it. But I don't think I'm going to finish it. I mean, it just is not. It's been all over the internet news. Like,
They
going,
did that
oh, check
Game
it
of
out, check it
Thrones
out.
route, huh?
I just can't. I can't.
They're like, what if it's all good except for the ending?
Yeah. Yeah, anyway.
That's the hard thing about some of these series that aren't planned with an ending in mind, is trying to have some sort of worthwhile ending to it.
Well, and speaking of worthwhile endings, did you hear this bit of news? James Cameron, in an interview recently, they're talking about like, well, what if everybody doesn't give a shit about Fire and Ash, right? And you've got like 17 of these movies that you've already like planned and greenlit. But apparently James Cameron's already planning a contingency in case Fire and Ash is not profitable. It took 13 years to make the first sequel to Avatar. And now it's like, is this one going to keep making billions of dollars? And he says, this one, he goes, if this is where it ends, cool. There's one open thread. I'll write a book. And maybe that's the thing. Maybe if it doesn't make another $1 billion, then
I mean, props to James Cameron for being like, if people don't go watch it, you know what? I'll at least give the people that do care an ending that they can live with and be satisfied with, and at least be like, at least I got that story. So, props to him for being like, no, we'll keep pushing it and keep trying. At least he's like, you know what? I have an ending in mind.
Yep.
I can make it work.
Well, and he's already,
regardless.
despite all the conversations got talking about what Avatar 5, 6, and 7 or whatever after the first one made like $3 billion, and then the second one was like on track to make $1 billion as well. But he's already suggested in interviews that he's like, I probably won't even direct Avatar 4 or 5 myself. If this is gonna, he's 71 years old. Like if they keep making these big breaks, it's not like he's gonna be like 91 and you're like, hand action. It's like that's not realistic. So these franchises, I think this is a part of a bigger conversation that we like to have on the show, is that at a certain point, stop kicking the horse. Just let something exist. Let something be really great. And like maybe you can still sell the merchandise because we still love it, but we don't need to just like squeeze it so hard to death that all of us hate to even look at it. It's like, I'm not going to wear my shirt ever again. I don't want the plushies anymore. These action figures, I'm going to burn them in a fire. Like, if I see another Star Wars, then I'm going to spit on it, But imagine if you will, that if they hadn't fucked up all that Star Wars stuff, we'd still be wearing Star Wars shirts and be like,
Dude, I would.
Star Wars is cool, man.
I tell you what, man, before 7, 8, and 9, I loved Star Wars. I had every book until Disney was like, all those books and characters you care about, trash, garbage, throw them away. I had all the albums. Man, I can't tell you how much I enjoy my original Star Wars soundtrack CD collection. Man, I used to really care about Star Wars.
Well, and you look at things like right now it's December 1st, like we said at the beginning of the show, and it's holiday season's in full effect. And Christmas movies are one of those things that's like, we know that things can be sacred. right?
Well-
We know because we revisit Charlie Brown every year. We revisit Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer every year, and
Yeah.
we're like, yeah, and they continue to sell merchandise for both of these things.
Original, not remakes, not redone, not rebooted. Now it's funny that you said sacred too. This was something that I thought about earlier, like a few days ago, and it wasn't anything that I was gonna try and shoehorn into this. But there's a lot of people starting to really be vocal about what has happened to fandoms and franchises and things that mattered to people. And it was a realization that I had that wasn't vocalized in any of the things that I've watched or read or whatever, because, I kind of pay attention to all these things going on. But, fandoms for a lot of people are religion. It is their church. It's what they have. I mean, look at this altar that we have created behind us
you're not wrong.
of things that matter. And so I think for a lot of people who don't have religion really big in their lives, or a lot of things going on, it becomes a religion for them. There's rituals involved of collecting things, or setting up altars, or watching the movies, reciting the lines,
Sharing it with others,
doing these things.
What prophetizing is?
Yeah,
like, have
yeah.
you ever heard
Yeah.
the word?
You
of...
go out and you proselytize, and you're just like, you ever heard of Star Wars, dog? Let me tell you about lightsabers.
Amen.
And in fact, Jedi became a religion in Australia legally or whatever from that vote. So the thing is that to a lot of people, things like Star Wars and Star Trek and Predator, which is
Ghostbusters,
Ghostbusters, Warhammer, Gundam, whatever your thing is, those there are people out there that it really matters to. That's a part of who they are and things that matter. And I think a lot of the time where reboots and unnecessary sequels and rewriting it to express the message,
like the Book of
and all
Mormon.
that,
Nobody asked for that.
it undoes things that really are core to what people are, and that sucks. And maybe don't do that. So, just wrapping back around. Good job, James Cameron, for being willing to end it and not allowing something that does mean something to you and other people become a Disney
Exploito-fest.
Yeah.
Mhm. Just like strapping it to a machine. What was that movie with Don Johnson and the psychic dog, A Boy and His Dog, where he goes underground and there's like this civilization in this post-apocalyptic, post-nuclear or whatever wasteland, and he finds this civilization of people that are all like got these weird painted faces, and they live in this like 1950s whatever like underground city that like looks very utopia. And then they're like, yeah, and then they basically just strap him to a machine and milk his dick out until he dies, because they'd been underground for so long that their semen didn't work anymore. And like that's the thing, is they're like, we're gonna death by snoo.
Yeah.
And that
sucks.
movie's so weird. But it's like, you got a good thing, and you just strap it down and milk it till it dries
Till it
up.
dies.
Yeah.
Vince brought up a good point too. Now they're just going to use AI to write a movie and AI to star in a movie. Also bringing up that certain countries will make limited episodes and then end it. I mean, that's one thing. American Hollywood just will take everything and run it into the ground. And there's something that I also realized is that the explosion of anime coincides with Hollywood being unwilling to come up with original ideas, and Japan being willing to take people that they're the sole artist and creator. They write it, they draw it, they direct where the story goes and all of these things, and then letting it be itself. And when they change it to a different media, when it goes from paper to screen, they don't alter it.
Yeah.
It's the same story. It's the same script. It's everything the same, just brought to life through movement. Whereas Hollywood, you see someone and they're like, this thing that people love, I want to make it my own. I want to change everything about it
From the ground up.
and then regurgitate that and make everyone like it the same way they like it in its original
And
version.
then expect them to give me money and praise for it.
And they do it so much of the wrong way. And so many of these things that start out as a book or a graphic novel or whatever and then a video game, and they take it and they're like, well, I'm going to consume this and then I'm going to regurgitate it to you, and I want you to baby bird it and so much, and you just can't. You can't do that.
I'll poop it into your butt.
Yeah,
and you poop it into my butt.
back
and forth with the same poop.
So
forever.
I think there is something that is admirable about the way that certain places do things. That like where Britain won't run a show constantly. We're like, well, it's successful. Let's just make 50,000.
That's why Luther was so good. That's why Sherlock was so good. That's why.
I mean, think about like Columbo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Columbo ran for a span of like 20 something years, 30 years, but it was like they would do a season and they're like they did 2 or 3 to begin with, and like people love this show. It's wildly successful. Peter Falk's famous now. Everything's fantastic about it, but we're out of ideas, so we're going to stop. And they maintained a contract for when they had more ideas to come back, and it moved networks. And then they're like, hey, everyone loves Columbo. Can we get some more? Like, we have some ideas. And they would release them as mini movies. They weren't episodes. It was TV, but it was not a TV show. They were mini movies. And then they would spread it out years and years. And so it only has like 7 or 9 seasons that spans 30 years because they didn't run it into the friggin' ground. Yeah. They came at you when they had ideas for something, and they let you have it. So
the only idea they have now is we want more money.
Yes.
And that's the idea. So, as Vince over on Twitch said, kind of like Curb Your Enthusiasm. That's the same thing. That's like, then we're out of jokes for a minute, and then they go, oh man, we got a whole bunch of more jokes. Let's make another season.
Yeah.
So anyway, well, that's what's going on in the news.
Yeah, there wasn't news.
There wasn't much.
You're welcome for all of that.
But we do have new movies that are coming out this week. You know, obviously last week was a holiday weekend, so when we get to the box office roundup for which is at the end of the show, we're gonna give you the 5-day total because that's how it was. But this week there is a handful of movies coming out. A lot of limited release movies, a lot of movies coming into streaming. Not going to mention a lot of these. There is a Jujutsu Kaisen movie that I think is going to break the theaters because everybody...
The anime movies have been big, man. That's what I'm saying.
And I'm going to go see this because I really like Jujutsu Kaisen, and I have been jonesing for more Jujutsu Kaisen because...
You got to have that weeb icon on your side.
Well, here, I'll pull it up. It's right next to me. And I can't move it. It's locked in. But... Jujutsu Kaisen, man, that last episode was just you feel all the freaking feels.
Now, what is Jujutsu Kaisen?
What is it about?
Yeah, it's
like most anime. It's about
martial arts.
It's about school teenage. It's like college aged, high school to college age. They're in the school for gifted and talented. They're like demon hunter, whatever. And then this one guy is possessed. He has this demon inside of him, like this really powerful one, and he has this duality. And and it's just it's cool. The character design's great, and you just kind of it's this similar stuff that anime has. They all have magic powers and they fight each other. But it's good. It's about the friendships you make along the way. But anyway. Jujutsu Kaisen Execution coming out in theaters this week.
Real quick before we move on to something else, Mark did comment that one of the last Columbos took place in the 90s, and it was at a rave with Columbo and Crystal Method collaboration. That makes me really want to have like a Columbo and Bones crossover fan fiction episode because Crystal Method wrote the theme song for Bones.
That's hilarious.
And to have a Columbo Bones crossover would be so cool.
Yeah.
Like if
I've seen Crystal Method in concert.
Bones and Columbo help solve a crime together, that would be
It's all AI
awesome.
Columbo. Also coming out in theaters this week from Legion M, which I am a member of Legion M.
Nice.
I don't know.
You're a producer.
I am. I invested some dollars into Legion M.
I've thought about it a couple
Legion
times.
M pin.
Columbones. Wow, you guys, so good, dude.
But yeah, from Legion M hitting theaters, I hope it does really well because my Legion M, dividends might maybe pay something. But Fackham Hall.
I am stoked. This looks good.
So it is not my favorite genre, but slapstick comedy, and they rolled the dice after.
Dude, it was written by Jimmy Carr though. Jimmy Carr's really funny. I like Jimmy Carr.
Agreed. Jimmy Carr is a pretty funny.
Vince got you, dog.
What's that?
Oh, Mark. They both came in like just seconds
With the
apart.
Columbones. Yeah, so this movie, Tom Felton, Damian Lewis, Catherine Watterson. I mean, it's got some well-named actors here that you've heard of, but it's making fun of the kind of British drama trope,
Abbey.
the Downton Abbey tropes. Who done it, a little Agatha Christie, Downton Abbey kind of stuff. And it looks pretty funny. I mean, we haven't seen a true, just full-on slapstick comedy movie until Lethal Weapon sequel came out.
Take the weeb thing off.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's still there. All right, sorry. But this one's coming out, so it'll be really interesting to see how well it does. I mean, it is British, so you never know how British humor is going to translate here in the United States. So, but everybody loves Downton Abbey, and yeah.
Dude,
Fackham Hall. It's coming.
this is exciting.
Fackham Hall.
Yeah. Fackham Hall. I want to watch it. That looks really, really good.
And there's
I'm
even
excited
more.
about it.
There's a lot of movies coming out this weekend.
Jeez, there are.
'Cause they were like, okay, Wicked had its time. We've been holding the floodgates back. We got to put some new stuff in theaters because theater offerings have been getting a little stinky.
I was just
They're
over by our local theater before I came here, and the parking lot was packed out on a Monday.
Wicked, dude.
Wicked.
They want
Yeah.
to see it. So also coming out, Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair.
Okay.
So only in theaters December 5th this week. It's it's coming out. It'll be all the stuff as one 4.5 hour movie, maybe with some re-edited crap. I don't know.
No.
I don't know if this is a movie that I want to sit 4.5 hours for. It's been a long time since I've watched Kill Bill, and Kill Bill originally was not really a movie that had any substance. It was originally the concept was Quentin Tarantino wanted to film a bunch of scenes from all his favorite movies and then figure out a way to make it into one movie.
Right.
And that's what he did. And there's some really good scenes, right? That's why Kill Bill works, is because it's a lot of really cool scenes.
Is there any cool scenes except for Pai Mei? Pai Mei is
That's the coolest scene.
that's yeah.
But yeah,
And hanging out with Sonny Chiba as Hattori Hanzo. Wasn't Sonny Chiba Hattori Hanzo?
I think he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's got cool scenes, but I'm not excited about this, guy.
See, Al.
Al
my guy.
Topich on Twitch says Kill Bill Volume 2 is a masterpiece.
I get that there are Tarantino fans. I will absolutely admit that I am not a Tarantino fan.
See, I am.
But I did sit through these movies with the intent of being like, maybe it's cool. People like them. It's martial arts. That's the kind of thing. It's him doing blood spew, Japan,
Curse of the
China,
Flying Guillotine,
70s, making like
black
this.
exploitation references,
Man,
like
I
kung
hate it.
fu. Like he's
I hated every single part of Volume 1. And as soon as Pai Mei showed up in Volume 2, I was like, that's pretty cool.
This is cool.
But I will tell you one thing that I will never forgive Kill Bill for, and that is the 1-inch punch bullshit thing that they did,
The Bruce
where
Lee.
she puts her fingertips and then punches, fingertips and then punches. And ever since that movie came out, everyone's like, I can 1-inch punch. And they put their fingertips and then punch. I'm like, try it in real life, see how it happens. You will hurt yourself, you dumb idiot. And I will never forgive this movie
You
for
must be like
having
water.
everyone do this crap. And it's, oh man, it drives me nuts and I hate it. And now you see it in movie and TV and stuff other than that. And they're like, oh, look at this 1-inch punch. I'm like, oh, if you ever
just go watch
measure with your
old Bruce Lee
fingertips.
movies, or just go watch anything Bruce Lee. Watch just videos of him doing martial arts. Like that's
Star Punch said he had to go to the bathroom during the Bill death scene. He died through autoerotic asphyxiation. Sorry for the spoiler alert.
spoiler alert. So I mean, okay, here's the deal. It's coming out in theaters. There's a part of me that really wants to watch it because I haven't watched it in a long time and I want to see how well it holds up.
I'm sorry,
It could be
Al,
one of
I'm
those things
sorry.
that it could be one of those things that me watching it now, I might like it a whole lot better because when it first came out, I was still very much into watching all of those old movies that this movie was just referencing.
I still am, dude.
But they were very fresh, I mean, like I was consuming them daily. And I was like, this is just a compilation video of movies that I've already watched with a very, very loose plot. But maybe now, since we've been indoctrinated with about 20 more years of shitty movies that we've been had to like suffer through.
But
then I
all
might
of
like
those
it.
shitty movies they're taking their cues from this, because so many people were like, oh man, Quentin Tarantino, like, you know, and
How'd
then
they do?
the point is,
I was waiting for that clip.
yeah, oh yeah, I've never. It's just
You really upset Al Topich
I
on
know.
Twitch. Clearly,
That's what I'm saying. There's Tarantino fans, and
Jackie Brown's an amazing
I
movie.
totally understand that.
Pulp Fiction's an amazing movie.
Dude,
I think
have
I
you
like
watched
Hateful
Pulp
Eight.
Fiction recently at all?
Yeah, it doesn't hold up in the same way, but it's
No,
still a
not at
good
all.
movie. It's still a good movie.
Jackie Brown probably is his best movie. I would probably be in full agreement with that.
Inglorious Bastards is fine, and
I don't like that it took that title, because the original Inglorious Bastards is a much more tolerable movie to me.
I'm going to disagree with Star Punch Telmaster on Twitch. His comment just came in and says the Kill Bill poster was also a staple of the basic bro dorm room. I'm going to say no. The Reservoir Dogs was the staple of all that, and
Or Pulp Fiction.
Yeah,
the
those
Fiction
were
poster,
the
for sure.
posters. Yeah.
Man, I mean, there was plenty of Kill Bill posters. I don't think that it was a staple, but I do think it was.
Was that, and what was the? Well, at least in my time, it was the Boondock Saints.
Yes.
A lot of that stupidness. But anyway, that's coming out in theaters this week.
That's how Boondock Saints got popular, is from
Cult-
college kids.
College kids, man. It was a straight to DVD movie, actually. So we've got two more.
Oh, I was about to say.
Yeah.
Yes.
So next up is the new Josh Hutcherson sequel to Five Nights at Freddy's, aptly titled Five Nights at Freddy's 2. So that's coming out. If you followed the first one, Matthew Lillard's in it, and I'm on board for that, even though I don't really care about Five Nights at Freddy's. I never played the game. I don't get into the fandom. It's fine. Actually, I think what was the Nick Cage one that was very similar, called like Wonder Willies or Willy Wonders or something Wonder, where he didn't say anything and he had to fight the robot animatronic monsters.
Dude, I think that honestly showed them that there was that crowd for a movie for it, and they're like, well, let's make a real Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Yeah, and I prefer that movie over the Five Nights at Freddy movie. I also don't really like Josh Hutcherson all that much as a leading actor. I think he's a great supporting role, but as a lead, he just kind of falls short for me. And as
there's some lower budget movies where he's really good as the lead in them, but they're not like big production.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
And then also coming out, this is the one for the drama fans out there, Hamnet. It's a story about love and loss that inspired the creations of Shakespeare's timeless masterpiece, Hamlet, about his son
Hamnet.
who died.
About Hamlet.
Yeah. So this looks like Olive Branch Central.
Yeah.
Lots of sad, weepy tears, lots of poetry. It's from Focus Features and Amblin Entertainment. Lots of poetry, lots of thou'st heartstrings thine pulled.
So much iambic pentameter.
Lots of iambic pentameter. Chloe Zhao is directing. A lot of, has won 2 Oscars. I mean, it's maybe you saw The Eternals. That was not the one she won an Oscar for. So I don't know. Shakespeare movie. My Shakespeare movies stop at Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead. And
I'll tell you what the best. I'll tell you what the
Romeo and Juliet. The Leonardo DiCaprio version.
God damn, you know that I hate that so much. I'll tell you what the best Shakespeare movie is. Taming of the Shrew.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. Midsummer's Night's Dream's not too bad either. But I'm just not super into. Actually, I think the best Hamlet story on screen was in the Disney animated Gargoyles, because Hamlet's in it, like he's a character, back they go far back into those throwbacks, and he learns how to kind of be immortal and stuff. But Mark Landry says
the best Hamlet is Lion King.
Well, I'm talking about this was literal Hamlet, not trying to be, and it was like his name was Hamlet. But Hamlet, yeah, Lion King was a good retelling. Mark Landry on YouTube says 90s Much Ado About Nothing rules so hard. That is also pretty good. Okay, well, that's what's coming out in theaters. You got Hamnet, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, Kill Bill: The Whole Bloody Affair, Fackham Hall, Jujutsu Kaisen. A lot of stuff coming out in the theaters. So you got some options. You need to talk about a movie.
Oh, did you not watch anything? Is it just me?
No, it's just you, man.
Oh my gosh.
You got to review a movie, and then we got to do box office. We've been
Damn,
sitting
we
here
totally do.
yapping all day.
Okay, well, that's cool. There's not a lot to really talk about this. I went and
sad now.
watched a movie that's been out for a little bit now. I watched Rental Family. It is, Brendan Fraser plays a actor who has lived in Japan for 7 years, and he is struggling. He's trying to find jobs. He's in Tokyo, a little apartment, and he comes across a way to make money by being hired to be
Japanese rental companionship,
A
which is a thing.
rental white person. That's
Well,
his whole
I don't
thing.
know if that's a real thing, but maybe it is.
It
It's
is in this
Japan.
movie. He's because that's his role in the rental family business. Because the business is called Rental Family, and people can rent. They can rent fake girlfriends. They can rent fake friends. They can rent fake weddings. They can rent fake yakuza guys that yell at them. They can yeah, they can do all these things, and he's the token white guy. And you know what?
Gaijin.
Yeah. He's the gaijin. But you know, この映画は感情的と心よりです。
Yeah, chigaimasu.
Yeah. So the cool thing about this movie, is that it follows Brendan Fraser's character, who's an American. He's lived in Japan for like 7 years, and he's making his way. He's sad, he's broken, he's flawed, right? But he finds a way to make his way, and he gets this job, and he hates it because he's like, we're messing with people's lives. His first mission,
should he choose to accept it,
is that he is going to be a husband to a girl. He's to portray her husband, and her whole family will think that that's who he is, so that she can move to Canada without telling her family that she's leaving her family. And it turns out it's because she's getting gay married.
Whoa.
Yeah, she has.
Spoiler
Yeah,
alert.
well, this is at the beginning of the movie. So she has a secret gay lover lady, and they're going to move to Canada where they can be away from their Japanese family. So that kind of stuff is not okay with, and everything. And so at first he's like, I can't do this. I can't have this effect on people's lives. We're lying. Everyone's going to, like, this is affecting real people's lives. And the dude's like, you're an actor. That's what you do. You have this emotional impact and effect on people's lives. That's your whole role. And eventually he gets over it. He helps her, and then he sees when she and her girlfriend embrace, and they're like, we can go, we can do this, and we can be ourselves. He's like, maybe I am helping people. And so he sticks with the company, and eventually gets to where he can help other people, which in this movie is 3 people that you get to see. A little girl.
So it's like 3 little vignettes, or you know?
No, it's all concurrent.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
you see it as he does that. He's hired by a mother to pretend to be the father to this girl, but she's not supposed to let the girl know, so that she can get into a really good school, because the school requires. She's been a single mother trying to get her into these schools.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, without a dad, we just don't even want you. So he's there to be the dad. And pretend so that she can get into a good school, but can't let the girl know. And he gets really connected with this girl, and it's about their stuff they have going on. He is hired by this lady to be an interviewer, to pose as an interview and an author for her dad. So that, and he's a famous actor, and she's like, he feels like he's been forgotten about, and he's losing his memory at the same time.
Okay.
So if you can come in and be a writer, it'll
All
make
very
him
human stories.
yeah, feel like he's really important and all this stuff. And he really ends up connecting with that guy. They go on this big adventure together, and everything is really entertaining. And then another dude who's just like a shut-in, total otaku. He lives at home on his own. He barely opens the door. He's a lot like the character in the baseball movie, Nick Swartzen's character, who like won't go into the sunlight. You know what I'm talking
Baseball
about?
movie?
Yeah, with Rob Schneider and Nick Swartzen.
That sounds like a movie
The
I would
Benchwarmers.
avoid. Okay,
The
yeah,
Benchwarmers.
I
No,
wouldn't-
it's
yeah.
a really good movie.
Sounds like
It's
it.
kind of like that, and he really gets that guy to warm up to being other people, and you see him going from being a total shut-in that just wants someone to play video games with to being out in public and around other people and all this. But so it's all these really heartfelt, touching stories of his connection with these people, but because he's flawed and because he's broken, you see that like he's not perfect. He doesn't have this great life. He pays someone for their time as well. He pays a woman to spend time with him so that he can also feel loved and all this stuff. And the whole thing is he messes up. The otaku guy kind of just drops off. You see his crest and there's not much to it, and it drops off. But the other two, the girl and the old man, you see that he wants to help these people, but he doesn't do it the way that the business needs it to do. And it ends up causing a lot of problems for him and the business and everything like that. And of course, they needed
Stick to the rules.
They needed him as the gaijin to be the one that has these emotions, that makes him act outside of what the Japanese would. And that ends up impacting everyone around him in positive and negative ways. And that's the whole story of the movie. But the cool thing about this movie is that through the use of him as the character, through this foreigner in a land that he doesn't necessarily belong, but that is his home. And, you know, he's become where that is his home. He doesn't have anything in America. He's Japanese now. Is that he's able to open everyone up emotionally. And the best part about all of this is that through that lens and through that character, they explore Japan and Japanese people, and they portray it as real people with real things. They're not anime people. They're not otaku visions of it. They're not weeb visions of what Japan could be. They're real people. You get to see real settings. They have real conversations. Most of the cast and crew are Japanese people. The writer and producer of this movie is Japanese people, and you get to see like a portrayal of Japan and the people in this that you wouldn't see in most Hollywood things. It's not like Bullet Train, where you have caricatures or big caricatures.
Everybody's doing samurai stuff, or
exactly. It's not like other explorations of Japan where it's just
about
ridiculous.
the pop culture.
But you get to see temples. You get to see a Bakeneko Matsuri. You get to see all of these things that make Japan like a pretty cool and interesting and unique place, but done in a way that's not using it as a oh man, I can't think of the word right now, as like a spectacle.
Gotcha.
You know, it's just an honest portrayal of that part of the world, and that makes it incredibly interesting. And dude, the cinematography in this is so good. The landscapes.
Because Japan's beautiful. It's easy to make it look
most
cool.
of it takes place in Tokyo, so there's not.
Which is also cool to make
but,
it easy
but
to make it look cool.
They do away. It looks like a Ghibli movie.
Oh, that's cool.
It looks like a live action Ghibli movie. The cinematographer on this
clearly was a Ghibli fan.
Absolutely nailed it. No, and I'm not saying it like that. I'm just saying like Ghibli gives you these views where you're like, wow, that's incredible, like, and you feel like you're there kind of thing, or like you just have that like need to be there, and all of the shots in this movie are that. It's really good. It is definitely an Oscar bait movie, but it does so many things to earn that type of thing. I really enjoyed it, except for the person that came in as the movie started and sat down and was on her phone until I told her to put her friggin' phone away.
I need a manager.
Yeah.
But and the freezing temperatures in the theater.
So cold.
But
Need a manager.
yeah, definitely something
Telephone.
I would recommend. And one other thing that was really fantastic about this movie is that they put subtitles on the Japanese. They don't subtitle the Japanese speaking in English. And that's one thing that's always a pet peeve when someone has a foreign accent.
Yeah, and they're like, "Wait, there's no way they're going to understand this."
Exactly. Oh man, that disgusts me when they're like, these people that speak clear English sure could use some English subtitles. Man, it makes me sick to my
That's
stomach.
for what's good guy. He's like, "Hey man, I can't understand what they saying on this TV, man. Why don't you speak some English? How about it?"
But yeah, this movie does a really Brendan Fraser, absolutely.
He's so good.
He is so good. All of the actors in this movie, the guy playing the old man is the actor. Oh man, he crushes it. The little girl, even
Crushes it.
dude,
Crushed it.
it's a really good movie. It's a short runtime. It feels longer,
Yeah.
and that's normally not a good thing. But this is like you
Kind of stretches it out.
you get in the story, and it's really well done. And you get to explore the flaws and the faults, but also the good things about all of the characters. And highly recommend. Very good.
All right. Well, it's still in theaters. It's in about almost 2,000 theaters nationwide.
Yeah, this
So,
is its
Second week, but this
out, so
weekend is gonna
If you-
bring a lot of movies in.
if
so
you
if you
would
want to see
like
it,
to watch it, you probably
need
need
to
to
see
do
it
it
soon.
before Friday.
but that brings us to the last segment of the show. It's the box office roundup. But since it was a holiday week, we're going to do the 5-day weekend, which counts, the Thanksgiving holiday and, the subsequent days after. So these are pretty big numbers here. And that's the ones that, like, Zootopia and Wicked are going to tell you. They'll be like, well, the weekend gross that we just totally destroyed. And it's like a 5-day gross. So here you go. We're going to give you the top 10 movies in America, starting with number 10, working our way up.
Yeah,
Boom.
number 10, Sisu, Road to Revenge, that I talked to you guys about last week.
Yep, yesterday.
In its second week out, 1.1 million bucks brought in by it, bringing up to a U.S. total of $4 million.
Not too much in the international market either. So it's,
Really?
yeah, it was
Has it
about
opened
three.
up
It was about
yet?
3 million so far. So yeah,
I don't think it did as well as they wanted to after the success of the first movie, but like I told you, they decided to turn up the formula on the stuff that didn't matter and turn down the formula on stuff that did.
Yeah,
Some people have really liked it, I've seen, but if you like the first one, this is not the same as the first one, unless the gore is what you're attracted to. And then at number 9, Hamnet, 1.4 million in its little soft opening. It's in about 120
which is
theaters right now.
crazy because that theater average is a lot.
It looks like a good ass movie.
Yeah.
Honestly, it looks like a really good movie if drama is your thing. But yeah, so 1.4 million here so far. But it gets its wide opening
This weekend.
This weekend. So yeah, more to come from it. And then opening at number 8, Wake Up Dead Man, A Knives Out Mystery from Netflix, because it's getting a couple of weeks in the theater before you get it at home.
We didn't get it here, did we?
No, we did
I
not.
didn't. Yeah, because
We
I
did not.
looked.
No, it's only in 600 theaters. We did not get it here. I checked every one of our theaters except for Siloam. I didn't check Siloam, but they don't get too much. They did have Bill and Ted 3.
Yeah.
I watched that there because they were the only ones that got that. So Wake Up Dead Man.
I think I drove to Asylum to see it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
1.6 million estimated for that one. Due on Netflix soon, but if you do have it in a theater and you want to watch it, I know you hated Glass Onion.
Yeah. Why I'll never seen a movie of that. All right.
I've liked both of the Knives Out movies. The first one is really good. Glass Onion, not your thing. I thought it was fine.
It was fine.
It was fine. It has some humor in it that's pretty good.
It was funny. I will say it was funny.
It is funny.
Yeah, I laughed, but
So I'm ready for that one to be on Netflix. I'll watch it at home because we didn't get it here. And then at number 7, Eternity, opening at number 7 from A24. $2 million brought in by that one.
yeah, I was gonna go see that, but it's the movie about the lady that dies and she's forced with the choice of her first husband that died young or the guy,
Miles Teller
Yeah.
and
Square Jaw McGillicuddy. I forget.
yeah, and Black Widow. Yeah,
Yes.
I know what you're talking about. Okay. And then
Olsen.
yes, yeah, Elizabeth. At number 6, Rental Family, the one that I went and watched.
Yeah.
2 weeks out, brought in $3 million, bringing it up to $7.5 million so far. Yeah, probably not going to be a giant money bag movie, but it is.
I don't think it was supposed to.
It's
but
very excellent. Yeah, it's supposed to win awards and sell more on.
the fact that it's already made like $7 million for a movie like that is, it's not bad.
Yeah, I loved it. It was really good. At number 5, The Running Man reboot.
Whatever that was.
3 weeks, $5.5 million, bringing it up to 34 and a quarter total. Another 26 elsewhere in the world, so it's only at 60.
And I think I talked
million
about it
bucks.
last week for a little bit.
Yeah, you did.
It's movie, it's action movie, the movie. It's whatever.
Yeah. And then at number 4, Predator, Badlands, 4 weeks out. One of those Disney movies that just decided to excrete on your fandom.
Take a rated R movie and make it for kids.
$6.7 million if you want to have the Predator have a little furry woodland buddy, bringing it up to $85 million in the U.S., another $89 million elsewhere in the world because it has the word Predator in the title, $174.5 million so far. And then at number 3, another movie you told us about, been out for 3 weeks now. Now You See Me, Now You Don't. $10 million, bringing it up to only $50 million. Another 137 elsewhere in the world. Hey, go international market. So it's at just shy of 190 million so far. Star Punch says I liked it.
He was talking about Predator Badlands, yeah.
And then at number 2, Wicked for Good, $91.8 million in its second week out. Jesus Christ, that brought in opening weekend Disney money. Jesus.
Thanks, Thanksgiving.
Another 200, so it's up to 270 in the U.S., another 122 elsewhere. So it's crested $390 million.
And it's going to stick away. It's going to stick away.
I feel like a lot of people are like, man, I sat through that first one. I guess I need to see the second one. Because it does not have the buzz that the first one had. It's big, but it's not the same as the first one. And then at number 1, opening at the top spot, like you said, Zootopia, $158.8 million.
Taking the kids for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that Thanksgiving break for the kids at school really helped this movie for sure.
This movie,
$401.5 million. It's already made more than $500 million.
This movie, if these numbers are correct, if these international movies or numbers have correct,
$560 million. Move over Avatar, dude.
Yes.
New biggest movie of all time ever.
It opened to $271 million in China.
Jesus Christ.
It has just.
Or did they call it Neja 3?
Maybe. It made $14 million in France. It's made, it was like every other, $4 million in Poland, $4 million in Spain, $7 million in the UK, but Mexico, $10.3 million. It's just raking in the cash. $13 million in South Korea, and this is all according to Box Office Mojo. That's where we get a lot of our numbers here from. But that's a crazy amount of money in an opening. So Zootopia 2, they're like, man, we should have made one of these earlier than now. So yeah, there you go.
Well, Vince says that IMDb has stuff rated differently, but geez, I mean, there's no way that can
IMDb.
Be that different.
So what we're looking at is the 5-day Thanksgiving holiday.
Zootopia just out here beating everyone's dumb. Ass.
The just the weekend box office from the 28th through the 30th has Zootopia is only doing 100, but you include that holiday extra 2-day holiday there, that's another 58 million here domestically.
Crazy,
so
the gap in the top 3. So Now You See Me, its average was 2,200.
Mm-hmm.
Wicked was 15 grand, and then Zootopia is $25,000
per screen average. Jeez. Yeah, I mean it did it to them. But anyway, guys, well that's our show. We went a little over tonight, but that's okay. That's because we love you so much. So thanks for tuning in. We will see you guys in another week. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us. You can find everything that you need on our link tree, driveinspeakerbox.com. You can join the Discord. You can find out what's going on, or you can just tell your smart speaker to play the Drive-In Speaker Box podcast, which I'm going to upload. I'm not even going to edit this thing. I'm just going to click save and upload because we're raw, we're fresh, we're live, local, and late breaking. We're all of those things. So yeah, man, go see a movie. Got a lot of options. If you wanted to see one of those movies that is in theaters now is your chance because there's going to be a lot of push out this weekend.
Rental Family, you got 3 days to go see it. So.
Yes, sir. All right, gang. We'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in.
See ya.
As you leave the theater, folks, please be careful. Don't let this happen to your car. Be sure to remove the speaker before you leave. If you should accidentally pull a speaker loose, please turn it in at our snack bar or box office. Thank you.